I'm Sarah and I am Functional Rustic. In this week's DIY tutorial from Functional Rustic, we're going to learn how to break down a pallet. Yay! It's about time I taught you guys how I do this. Joining me today, I've got Valencia Merble the dog, so you might see her wandering around. There she is. All right, so let's get started. All right, so in order to break down a pallet, you're going to need a pallet, a drill, a crowbar, and a hammer. All right, let's get started. For what it's worth, most pallets that I encounter have nails in them. I love these pallets because, one, they're beautiful, they're clean, and they have screws in them. So it's a lot easier to break them apart usually, and I get to use all the screws to assemble all of the wonderful handmade rustic furniture and decor that I sell in the Functional Rustic store. So let's get started. All right, we'll start over here. I'm just taking my screws out. Oh, look at that. All right, so what I have here is the screw head has separated from the screw. So it's not going to come out. That's okay. That's why I have a crowbar. All right, so like I said, the screw head is just spinning around and won't come out. This happens all the time, and that's why I've got my crowbar. All right, so it's in an inconvenient spot because it's on this middle one. But the secret is I take my crowbar and I'm going to stick it behind the board here. All right, this camera angle is horrible. All right, folks, this is going to get awkward. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, so I've got the crowbar squished between this board and this board. There's not a lot of room, but I'm going to have it in there. So when I'm back over on the other side, this is where I've got the crowbar. And I'm just going to hit this down, and then the crowbar is going to slide down this way between the two boards and pry them apart. Hopefully. Crowbar. All right, I don't know if you can see, but the crowbar started up here and it's way down here now. And I just take it and pull. All right, and it just comes off. And I still have a screw sticking out. So I'm going to have to deal with that a bit later. But yeah, that's the basics on how I take apart a pallet. I'll finish up the rest for your entertainment. But yeah, screw the nails out. And then when you can't get the nails out, screw the screws out. And then when you can't get the screws out, or if you're just dealing with nails, take the crowbar, stick it between the boards you want to separate, hammer it down, and then push. So I'm going to keep working. And you'll notice how I have the crowbar. Just so you know, I want this end that way when it goes in. And there we go. Once again, got another screw. So that is how Functional Rustic takes apart a pallet. If you want to see other DIY tutorials from Functional Rustic and everything else that Functional Rustic has to offer, go to functionalrustic.com.